Hello, and we are live. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Thank you for the confirmation. So we will start. Welcome to the live stream of the Empowerment Club. Elvira Burns here, your coach, DJ, and the founder of the Empowerment Club, the online coaching platform where we become our best version. The objective of the live streams is to bring free coaching to the online audience and encourage them to join the Empowerment Club online program to lead a more successful, happier, and healthier life. Our live stream today is dedicated to free coaching for a smart, happy, and successful you, as always. And we will have coaching, meditation, and Q&As. Our main topic today is how to control thoughts and emotions. And I would like to thank a dear friend for asking me a question a while ago on how to find your Zen in a chaotic world. Our world has always been chaotic and always will be because it's filled with stress. Unless we learn to be smarter, be more aware, how are we going to be more successful, happier, smarter, and healthier? So it's of paramount importance that we learn to understand our stress response. We understand how our mind turns on and off stress, and that will give us a great advantage in every situation in life. And before we get on to the main topics, please subscribe, like the video, and share with friends and family and everybody else who might need messages of empowerment. And thank you for supporting our channel. Just to reiterate for our new viewers, mind is our main object of focus because confidence, mental strength and flexibility, happiness and success, sports and business performance all depend on our mind. We train the mind to become more aware, more open, more spacious, to control stress, to solve problems better, to improve creativity, boost your health and happiness, have a better memory, and enhance studies. Our life is an ocean of stress. Our body is built on stress response. Whatever our mind thinks, good or bad, has an effect on the brain. The brain generates brain waves of various speeds to support various mental activities. We can consciously, with our mind, regulate how we respond to stress. Our mind controls itself, and it also controls stress regulation through awareness. What stops us? Basically, our thoughts and emotions that generate a stress response in the body. The good news is we can work with them. And let's do it and become more successful, happier, healthier, and smarter. A few days ago, I made a painting of a tiger in Chinese ink and gouache. I'm also an artist, a self-taught artist, and I would like the idea of the tiger to be one of our central concepts for today's discussion. Oh, I see there are a few users. Thank you very much. I I really appreciate you being here. I really want to take my mind to focus better. Thank you, Eski, Taro. Life is fun. Thank you, Gary Burns. Thank you very much. I will be taking questions later on. So for now, our objective is to go over some very useful ideas and concepts so we can understand and have better knowledge of what benefits us and what does not benefit us. We want the benefit for us, right? I'm going to be juggling through various panels in the software, so I will be coming back to the messages a little bit later. Our thoughts and emotions are, in fact, like a paper tiger. My painting is on paper, very flimsy feeling Chinese paper. A tiger that is painted on paper and not a real tiger is our thoughts and emotions and stress that comes from them. But the fear and stress response are the same. So if you see a tiger, you imagine a tiger, or you see a painting of a tiger, it's actually the reaction the same. We get scared. We say, wow, it looks angry. Paper tiger has flimsy material and collapses under the pressure. That's the idea of a paper tiger. Something is a paper tiger. Somebody's army is a paper tiger. They look ferocious, but in reality, if you test them, they will collapse. And painted tiger looks real, but has actually no power. Mental stress is the paper tiger that chases us. Awareness, when we notice and understand that our thinking makes us fearful, is what makes thoughts and emotions collapse. So, the more we train our awareness, the more we get to see that our thoughts and emotions, just like a paper tiger, are not really strong, as strong as we think, and we can collapse them. And by the way, you can watch me painting the tiger on the channel. It's actually quite interesting to put it on fast forward and just to see how the illusion of a painting emerges, how you see first very sketchy lines and then slowly, it becomes more and more real and it starts to look at you just like our emotions. How to control thoughts and emotions, the path to feeling great. Our entire work is based on wanting to feel great, wanting to be free, wanting to feel comfortable, empowered, strong, clear minded, good at decision making, finding solutions to our problems. All of this depends on how well we can control our thoughts and emotions. Life is stress, stress is life. This is the central concept of the Empowerment Club and what we work with. Life is stress. Every time we think everything is going to go smoothly, it doesn't. You get neighbors that are not very peaceful, or at the time when you really want to have a nap, someone starts playing music not far from you, and you start to get angry and worked up. Stress is life. Stress is life also means that to be alive means to experience various stresses. And how we respond to them is actually determining the quality of our life. We've gone over this, that we can, with our mind, control how the brain functions and how it controls stress response. So it's mind, brain, and the whole nervous system. And all of that integrated with thoughts and emotions is the work, is the surfing, the big kahuna Hawaiian waves of life. Mind is our main object of focus because confidence, mental strength, and flexibility, and happiness and success, sports and business performance all depend on our mind. So, just another reminder. And just to mention to our new viewers that Empowerment Club is a coaching platform. We are fully online. We are online on the global site, empowermentclub.online, and we have an Indian platform, empowermentclub.in. And we are on a mission to empower a million people. We have big vision, big goals. You can check out all the details in the description. We've got lots of links there. Please, after the live stream, you can take a look. And you are welcome to the club. This live stream is an extension of the paid online program to the social media, where we want to provide free coaching to empower you, to get you started on something now. And hopefully you will join us. Empowerment is when you feel great. This is actually what I like to focus on. This is from me to you. We all want to feel great, don't we? And once again, we will go over how to control thoughts and emotions. Then we will do a meditation for stress release. And then I will take questions and answers. So, just to summarize the previous episode, how stress makes us feel bad. And for those of you who are new, you can go back to the channel and watch that one. There's also a playlist called Live Streams. Two important reactions of stress response. There are many more, but we have focused on these two. It makes breathing shallow and it tightens the muscles all over the body. And both lead to oxygen problems as they're meant for short term response only. So we are tight all over and we are not getting enough oxygen because we are breathing shallow, and the muscles contribute more towards shallow breathing. So we're oxygen deprived when we cannot function or think clearly. So in this state, how can we have great decisions? How can we experience life fully? It's not possible. Power of mind relaxes muscles, improves breathing, and turns off excessive stress response. You come back to yourself. Awareness training is to control stress response, and that's exactly the core of the Empowerment Club. How thoughts and emotions stress us out. Let's first understand that. Thoughts and emotions can stress us out because they directly activate our brain stress response system, even when there is no actual danger in front of us. So remember the paper tiger versus real one. We do not need to have the real tiger to stress us out. It's enough just to think about your bad relationships, your bad neighbors, if you have them, or your past failures, so to speak, and so on and so forth. The list is endless. Or what happened to you in the past and who did what to you. So that's enough for the stress response to kick in, and we are oxygen deprived, and we are fully tense, and we are not living in the moment, and we are not our best versions, definitely. So the good news is, because thoughts and emotions can stress us out, if we train awareness, we can also directly deactivate our stress response in the same way. The brain treats imagined threats like real ones. So I want you to remember the paper tiger painted on paper versus the real one looking at you. So, of course, if you face the real tiger, you need to run. But if your tiger is your thought and emotion, that means you can do something about it, something else. The amygdala, the brain's alarm system, can't always tell the difference between a real tiger and the mental one. What if tiger? So actually it doesn't, because without your mind it doesn't function. We always think about brain as something separate, but it's not. It's an extension of your mind. A negative thought, what if I fail, or an intense emotion, fear, anger, shame, and so on, can trigger the same fight or flight response as an actual threat. The stress response kicks in. Once amygdala is triggered, it signals the hypothalamus, which activates HPA axis. So that's the stress response axis. This releases cortisol and adrenaline hormones that increase heart rate and blood pressure, shift blood from the digestion to muscles, heightened alertness. This is great for escaping predators, running across the road, grabbing your child out of the fire, but exhausting if it happens all the time due to mental chatter. And mental chatter is what happens with us all the time. So we overuse this function. We waste basically our bodily and mental resources on the emotions and emotional charge that comes from our thinking. Emotional loop keeps the system on. A stressful thought triggers emotion, feels more stressful thoughts, reinforces the emotion. This cycle can keep cortisol levels elevated for hours or days. So I want you to think about self love and self care. And if you really think that you want to love yourself, want to be your best friend, and want to get to know yourself better, you need to understand that it is not optional not to take care of yourself and not to understand and learn something about your own stress response, your own body, and your own mind. If your cortisol is elevated for hours and days, isn't that not good? Of course, it's not good. Chronic activation damages the body. Constant activation of stress system from internal triggers can lead to immune system suppression. So your immune system is not fighting any bacteria, viruses, or anything else. Poor sleep, brain changes, shrinking hippocampus. That means your brain parts become smaller in size. And overactive amygdala. Amygdala is the one that's responsible for angry emotions, strong emotions. And that becomes overgrown because it gets into the habit of being stressed and feeling on edge and angry. Digestive and heart problems. Remember that the blood is being diverted constantly to arms and legs for running and fighting. So the whole body is not properly nourished. Oxygen is not going, nutrition not going. So the body goes into a very sick state. Why this feels so powerful? Constant activation of stress system from internal triggers, thoughts and emotions can lead to immune suppression, poor sleep, brain changes, digestive and heart problems. It feels also powerful because the hormones are quite strong and the tension that they generate is very strong. And all of this is extremely uncomfortable and happens very fast. So we don't even have time to think about it. And we try to push away that stress response without understanding that we actually need it for certain things. But we don't really use the proper way to deactivate stress, which we're going to learn how to. So your mind doesn't wait for life to stress you out. It can generate its own stress just by how you think about life. And that's another important reason why we need to learn to think not very selfishly. We do need to take care about ourselves and those near us, but we also need to think wider about wider community, to keep everything in perspective and to keep ourselves more relaxed. Otherwise, we end up thinking that we are the only ones suffering, the whole world is against us, and we cannot do anything about our situation. It's actually not true. We can do something about it, and it all starts from the mind. Feeling disempowered mentally and impact on the immune system. I'd like to focus on these two today. What happens when the thoughts and emotions stress us out? Feeling disempowered. Empowerment Club is opposite. So to bring you back to your own power. We are all powerful inside. We're all smart. We're all wonderful. We are all 95% perfect with 5% imperfections. We have to keep basically bringing ourselves back to that perfection, bringing ourselves back to this self-empowerment. So what we want to achieve in the Empowerment Club online in the social media and in the online program is to give you the tools, to give you the space, to give you the community, to empower yourself, empower others, and practice that rather than practicing disempowering yourself, which is what we normally do. Stress makes you feel mentally disempowered because it shuts down executive control, puts your brain in survival mode. So you're not really making good decisions then. It all sort of happens quickly and automatically. Narrows your awareness so you see fewer options. So you have emergency choices only. Lowers confidence in your ability to cope and drains mental energy, leaving you without the resources to think effectively. So, all of this you can see in the work stress, in the relationship stress. This snowballs and turns into burnout, and then people definitely lose memory, can't remember things, feeling excessively stressed and paranoid that people will notice they can't remember, take everything personally, are very much on edge. So it starts somewhere and it starts here and then it gets worse. So if we can catch ourselves early, we can take action early, and then we can get ourselves out on time and prevent and overcome and undo the stress that has been produced. Immune system. Stress makes you also physically disempowered. Stress turns off the immune system by redirecting energy to immediate survival, which means the resources are diverted to saving life and using cortisol to actively suppress immune cell function. In the short term, this protects the body from wasting resources in a fight or flight scenario. In the long term, it leaves you wide open to illness. So typically, we turn on this function too often, and it can also get jammed. That comes from physiology studies, that the mechanism of turning off the stress response gets jammed, and we keep on going in the stress response. Empowerment is about reversing the stress chain, calm the amygdala, the reactive center of the brain, restore prefrontal cortex, the area that helps produce all sorts of good things for us, broaden perception, actually open up vision, open up perception, see opportunities and possibilities where we couldn't see them before, rebuild confidence. So, confidence is naturally present in us. It just gets covered up by fears. So, what fear is part of the stress response. If we collapse the stress response, let the fear subside, our confidence starts to emerge. Recharge energy for effective action. So, techniques actually help you to really get the energy back. And that's really important. Methods of controlling thoughts and emotions. So, what are we going to do about this all? Our mind can turn off stress by activating the body's rest and repair system, the parasympathetic nervous system, and calming the brain's alarm centers. Isn't that nice? The mind is in control. The mind gives the instructions. So, steps to handle stress. Just as thoughts and emotions can switch on the stress system, they can also switch it off. But this requires awareness first, catching the stress loop early, training to notice quickly that stress is on. So, we have to become really quick, and that comes from meditative awareness training over time. So just because we want to do something, it doesn't mean we can straight away do that. We have to build up a habit of it, just like with everything else. And when the mind says, oh, I can't notice this, or I can't do something, it means that the brain is saying, I have not done this around 100 times to be able to build neural connections for you to do this fast. And when you can notice it fast, that means you've built a mental habit and your brain has helped by wiring it up as neural connections. Deliberate safety cues. So actually you guide yourself. So mental, emotional, sensory. Differentiate between real tiger or paper tiger. Now you have a really, really good image. And I wish I could show you, but the technology, because it separates me from the background that I put in. So if I put up a picture, you may not see it, but I will still try to do this. Let me just do this now. I just would like you to see that this is a flimsy piece of paper. So next time I want you to remember your thoughts are just like this. Your thoughts are just like this. Flipping, moving, coming, staying, going. If you know that the thoughts and emotions are the tiger, the painted tiger, the paper tiger, then you are already there. And we will talk about why. Real physical threat or a mental perception actively bringing you joy, love into your mindset. So we've got things that first differentiation. This is my thinking. I'm not actually running away from danger. So real tiger or paper tiger. And the second one is noticing that you're feeling stressed, fearful, down, and telling yourself, but there is joy in my life. There is a lot of love in my life, that I enjoy what I do. And although there are difficulties, I love so many people. I have so many friends. I want to create something amazing. Find what feels right for you and bring that joy back, because it elevates you right away. And what we talk about in the Empowerment Club online program is the brainwaves that are being generated, and joy and love are one of the best brainwave patterns to have, because it puts you in the control. Body-based calming signals. So we've talked about the mind work, and we've talked about um, the need for awareness training. So that we have the awareness training, we have the philosophy, but we also have the body work. So body-based things we can do: the breath, the posture, the relaxation, breathing techniques, pranayama, yoga and exercise, massage, etc. So that's the body work. And the body work, it does help, especially the best one is the breath. Breath is what gets disrupted. Number one, gets disrupted during stress. And if we can actively switch on the abdominal breathing techniques, we can overcome the stress pretty quickly. Awareness, mental training through thinking, through philosophy. So that's telling yourself paper tiger or real tiger. So we are going to go through some mental awareness techniques now, and the meditational ones we will leave for the next step. So the first thing you can quickly do. So these are all techniques of quick action. You're stressed. What can you do to help yourself? Because after all, we want to help ourselves, get ourselves out of the stressful situation. It's not healthy. It's not happy. It's not conducive to good work, good relationships, or anything good. So everything is my thinking. Think about this. It's true, because everything is your thinking. Who else? All my emotions, thoughts, nobody is seeing all these except me. So actually, nobody knows what you're thinking, and you're safe. I'm in control of myself. I'm safe within myself. All is well at that level. So take control of yourself by noticing that. So I just want you to pause and just appreciate this moment, that everything is your thinking. So we call this contemplation meditation. Everything is my thinking. My mind is somewhere here. My body is here. My brain is the one that supports my thinking as an extension of the mind. So it is my thinking. Mojo on. So this is the technique that I really like. Anytime you feel deflated, think it's up to me to feel joy. So you have your own agency. You are in control of yourself. You are your own boss. You can tell yourself Just as you can tell yourself bad things, you can tell yourself good things. And the good things are very much appreciated. They're appreciated from others, they're appreciated from yourself to yourself. So train to appreciate yourself. It's up to me to feel joy. Joy is my natural state, not dependent on external objects. It's an internal state. So actually, this is our most natural state. Everything else is basically a fake. It's a stress response we're turning on unnecessarily and excessively. So if we dial the stress response down, we are going to find ourselves being naturally joyful. The calmer the mind, the more joyful we feel and more happier we feel. So in this moment, just think about something that gives you joy. It could be a wonderful food, wonderful friends. It could be the work you love or the exercise you enjoy or a holiday you're thinking of and things you dream to do. Just think how joyful all of that is and just feel how your body starts to relax again. Now we go on to the bodily sensations. So that takes a little bit more awareness. And I've noticed in my experience with my clients and people around me that women notice sensations of stress and discomfort much faster than men. Maybe because they have more of them, generally. So, this is the point here. It's a really crucial point. If we can notice what's happening within us, we are on the way to reducing our stress very quickly. My bodily sensations of stress are very powerful and I don't like them. Okay. Who likes to hyperventilate when your breathing goes like this? Nobody. Who likes panic attacks? Nobody. Who likes the tension when you can't feel and think what you're doing? Who likes to have a plan and come out and be so stressed out and not know what to say? Nobody does. So many situations that turn on stress in us and lock us up, basically. And they're very powerful sensations, very powerful sensations. We do not like them. So if we notice that stress has started and our shoulders have gone up, which we talked about in the first episode, if we start consciously to, oh, my shoulders are really up, I'm really getting stressed, it's starting to take over me. So if we start to bring the shoulders down, and we notice that we can't really breathe deeply, we start to breathe a bit deeper and deeper, we bring ourselves back. But for that, we need to notice that there is something that stresses out us as well, some kind of thinking, some kind of perception. So nobody likes body sensations, not me, not you, not anyone else. They're all bad. They all feel terrible. They all lock us up, and they're designed to do so. Remember, they're designed for running and fighting and hiding. They're not designed for enjoying yourself. So knowing this sets you free. There's nothing wrong happening with you. Everything is fine. It's just an excessive turning off of the stress response because of uncontrolled thoughts and emotions. 3 magical breaths to bring you back to yourself and in control quickly. So we're going a little bit deeper, so towards the body, a bit more grosser level. So I invite you to breathe in deeply, in through the nose and out through the mouth forcefully to gain control. So first of all, you interrupt immediately your stressful thinking and you grab the control of your breath, of your oxygen, and you let yourself have more of oxygen and deeper breathing, and you also help your muscles relax because you're actually moving quite a lot when you're taking a deep breath. That also interrupts everything you were thinking before, because thoughts accumulate and they go very fast. So you interrupt them and you have a fresh perspective on what you've been doing. And sometimes it's not enough. So you need to repeat this 2 or 3 times. So let's say one cycle is 3. So do 3 cycles or until you calm down. Just take 5 minutes off. It doesn't take long. And just let yourself relax, because your body needs clarity, your mind needs clarity, your brain needs clarity. And that can only be done by letting the stress collapse a little bit. Defocus the eyes. It's a whole topic of its own. So focus, when we focus the eyes, but we point focus like this. So I may have to illustrate this. How do we sit in front of the computer like this for hours? Or when we do anything, we paint or whatever it is that we do that requires a point focus. So that's what happens. So the eyes are focused in one point, and we do not notice anything that happens to us. So instead, if we train to widen our gaze and see not just the phone screen, but we start to look outside the screen and wider, wider, wider. So how wide can we go? Maybe 180 degrees. We see the periphery. That way, the brain starts to relax. Defocus eyes when you do not need to have a single pointed focus and precision of it. So single pointed focus is for precision. When we are doing some kind of fine work, we are looking at a detail, we are really trying to isolate something for our work. But then we need to remember that we need to turn on the panoramic vision, because the eyes zoom in and zoom out. That's where the camera work comes from, zooming in on something and zooming out. So we know when we need to zoom in, and we also know when we need to zoom out with the camera, just like I've done now. So I want you to either focus on what I'm showing on the camera, or I would like you to see the slide. So right now we zoomed out, and the same way you can actually look at the screen and then let your eyes, without moving sideways, just see a bit more to the sides. How far can you see? So if you start doing your work on the computer or reading a book or looking at the phone with your eyesight relaxed and in the panoramic zoomed out vision, you will turn off a lot of stress and your eyes will relax and your brain will relax. So start getting used to a relaxed state of your eyeballs. So constantly pay attention. Are your eyes getting stressed out? Because then the brain will get stressed out. Then the brain will produce very fast brain waves, and you will find yourself with a tunnel vision where no opportunities exist and only stress response and emergency thinking. So zoom out physically. And that's why we love to go on holidays. We love to look at a beautiful view, the mountains or the ocean, where the eyes naturally zoom out and we relax and we heal. We put ourselves into a healing state of healing brainwaves. This, of course, requires a lot of practice. And now we have instant benefits of awareness. All techniques we have discussed are extremely powerful and easy to use. They are the fundamental ways of our body functioning. They help us use our awareness to control our stress. So we notice our stress and we do something about it. Mindfulness means awareness of what's going on. That's basically all it means. The more we train, the faster we can diffuse our stress and come back to clarity. So why we want to become pros at stress management and awareness? Because we will get on top of our stress better, quicker, and we will come back to clarity rather than losing ourselves in the chaos of stressful thinking. These are three important benefits from using awareness. Engagement of the prefrontal cortex. Recognizing stress or anger engages the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for rational thinking and decision making. This can help diminish the intensity of the emotional response by enabling better control over these emotions. Mindfulness and self awareness, mindfulness practices which involve recognizing and naming emotions, have been shown to reduce emotional reactivity by about 50%. So, if you recognize you're angry, you're stressed, you're unhappy, you don't like something, you are feeling jealous, you are feeling pride, and if you can recognize this, you are telling your brain that you know what's going on. So, the stress response immediately drops by 50%. Isn't that great? This immediate awareness helps in activating the brain's regulatory pathways that control stress and anger responses and dial down the stress, as you can imagine. Reduction in amygdala activation. The amygdala, which triggers the fight or flight response, becomes less reactive when we consciously recognize our emotional state. This can lead to a reduction in stress and anger symptoms almost immediately. So, first of all, knowing all of these things is very, very important. Second of all, is practicing to be able to turn on your awareness quick enough. And then doing it, naming your emotions and understanding something is going on with you and taking the breaths and having that self compassion and self love of actually pulling yourself out of disaster. That's the process. Meditation, awareness training through feeling and all senses. So that's to do with practice. In practice, that's how we train awareness. So by doing it, simple as that. All meditation is about techniques of training ourselves. That's really it. Meditation is never the real thing. It's just something to practice to make us more mentally resilient, flexible, improve our awareness. And that's really what it is, practice. And practice needs to be done daily. Life is stress, stress is life, every day, all day. So we have to keep pulling ourselves back and then solidifying our habits so that we can do it very quickly and efficiently. Instant stress relief is a shorter version of a longer lesson number 3, where you can go over me talking more about the techniques we've just gone over. You can find it on the channel. On the channel, we also have various useful videos. There's a whole mini course on how to breathe very well for success and get more energy. So getting more energy and becoming successful is all linked to breath. And you know why now? Because it's to do with reduction of stress and opening up to opportunities, possibilities, decision making, and all sorts of great stuff. And feeling great and feeling clear and sharp and smart. If you're not breathing properly, you're not going to be smart. So please take a look at the channel and find the stuff that will be useful for you. Give us likes if you enjoyed the videos and pass it around so others can also benefit. Your success, happiness, and health fully depend on how well you can control your stress response. So you've seen this already. So that's the biggest summary I can give you. So basically, we like the angle of stress response and how to control it in the Empowerment Club, because that's what empowers you, becoming stronger, more resilient, and happier and healthier and more successful. That's what we want you to do. This is our biggest wish here. Our program is unique in the world. It's cutting edge. It's available 24/7 with your coach, which is me, vested fully in your improvement. Nobody else has a program like this. We have a program that's 52 weeks where you get a weekly lesson, you get daily awareness training exercises, and you get to work on your goals. After all, we all have goals, and that's actually what drives most of our stress. So whether you want to be healthier, happier, have better relationships, get a better job, build your business, or anything else, you're welcome to take that as your main focus and join the program and start training your awareness, overcoming your mental limitations, letting go of the emotional charge, and taking the steps without fear towards your goals. And that is the recipe for success. So we have a sneak peek of our Empowerment Club program in another lesson. So there are a lot of links in the description you can check out. And this is a club. It's for people to get together. We have an online community where we can talk whatever we like, as long as it empowers yourself and others. And by joining the program, the training program, you're also joining the community as well. So it's private. You can be making friends and asking me questions and me responding to your needs on a frequent basis. And you will find our links in the description below. So right now, let's move on to the meditation, and then we will take a few questions and wrap it up. So I'm going to put a little music on so that we can calm down and relax a little bit. I know I talked a lot, and you can go over this video and all the slides and have another look at it. Actually, these are very simple, but they're very important key things that you need to know. So you can manage yourself efficiently, you can be the master of yourself, you can overcome stress. And I welcome you to do that. I welcome you to become less stressed and more successful. So let's become aware of where we are and how we are. And let's close our eyes. This will allow us to relax our vision, relax our brain, slow down our brain waves, so we can switch over from learning mode into integration of what we have learned, and also we can relax, calm down, recover our energies, and reset our brain. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is your time to take for your own personal development, relaxation, and clarity. This is the best thing you can do for yourself. Just let yourself be, become empowered with knowledge, techniques, and spend a few moments in peace and stillness, and allow your body to recover. we will have a moment of gratitude right now. A gratitude towards ourselves for spending this valuable time out of your day on benefiting yourself, so you could also benefit others through your own peace, intelligence, wisdom, patience with yourself and with others. This is the time when you become the leader of yourself. And that ability extends to be able to lead others. Also, feel gratitude to all the brilliant people behind the technology that enables such interaction, such incredible interaction in time and space across the globe, across the continents, where people of different kinds, ages, mindsets can come together and share this moment of true empowerment. Thank you to YouTube. Thank you to Restream that provides this beautiful streaming app that is able to provide pictures, presentations, videos, and so on to enhance our learning experience. Thank you for people like Shure Microphone that create beautiful technology, and the Apple for beautiful laptops, and everything else, your phones, your phone manufacturers. Let's thank everyone without exception for bringing us together, for bringing joy to our life and entertainment and learning and news, everything that nourishes us. They exercise, training online, everything that's available online. Let's be grateful to all of the creators that put in hard work to deliver great content, great visuals, and are there all the time to create something special. And start to notice how all of this starts to make a difference in your body and how it relaxes you. Notice that the space that your body occupies also occupies internal organs, the blood, the bones, and everything else that the body is made up of. But all of that is there because there is space to hold it all, head to toe. And notice that there is also space that surrounds your body. There is space in front of you. There is space at the back of you, on your left, on your right, above and below. And notice that this space touches your skin, but also feeds you with all kinds of sounds, maybe dogs barking, maybe children playing, maybe conversations, maybe music, maybe noises. So notice how the space is filled with all kinds of sounds, but they're also not solid, they also appear in space. And notice that your mouth is also experiencing tastes. They could be bitter, they could be sweet, they could be medicine tastes. And your nose might be experiencing smells from cooking, perhaps the perfume that you're wearing, or maybe the mold that comes from the rain in your environment, or the fresh paint if somebody is painting. And notice that your body has got a lot of sensations. that the clothes produce a certain sensation on your body, maybe soft, maybe tight. And notice that through your mind, the thoughts and emotions are running. You could be having thoughts of what you're going to do straight after, or perhaps how you've enjoyed today's session, or maybe you can't wait for it to finish. And perhaps emotions of joy or anything else that might be coming into your mind. So let yourself just be in this space and notice that this space extends beyond your room, all the way out to the most distant galaxies and stars. And I just would like you to go out and touch the stars. Go and say hello and give them a high five. And just feel this vast, vast space between yourself and the distant stars. And now come back to yourself and let's reflect that love is what we all crave. We all want to feel happy and loving. So let's just give ourselves that love that we crave unconditionally. Love is an abstract concept. It is connected with feeling. So feel the love spreading and filling your whole body. And just give yourself as much love as you can. Even just a little bit still counts. Just a little bit, or lots. Or somewhere in the middle. You do not need any reason whatsoever. And now that you have done that, think that all humans, all animals, all invisible beings that we may or may not perceive also crave the same love. So let's extend ourselves and imagine that we're giving everyone, without exception, lots and lots of love. And that love pacifies their minds, makes them happy, relaxed, successful, and fulfills all their positive intentions, all their positive dreams, where they receive the wealth, the prosperity, the happiness, the relationships, the health, and everything else they desire, where they find the best and fastest solutions to their problems. And let's imagine that all the wars find quick, beneficial solutions and subside, where all nations start to feel more affection towards each other, especially the governments. We always separate the governments and the people. So let's just visualize that and send intention that we want to see the entire limitless universe happy, peaceful, wise, prosperous, content, and loving. And just imagine feeling this limitless universe with this vibration of love that extends from your heart. And like light, extends all the way out and transforms everything it touches into perfection, happiness, love, peace, respect, prosperity. And just experience your perfect motivation and your perfect openness. And now come back to yourself. Feel your body. You're back from space to this earth, to your body. Thank yourself for this opportunity to spend time meaningfully for your own well-being and success. Know that you will take your success forward and there are the tools for it. And now open your eyes. Rub your palms together vigorously. Refresh yourself, and we have arrived at the end of our meditation. And if you have questions right now, I will answer them. So while we are here, let's give everybody a chance to think about anything if they want to. Well, since we do not have questions today, we will then start wrapping up by just coming back to what we are doing and reiterating. We would like to do a lot of free work online, apart from inviting you to the paid course. So please support our work. We are very passionate about it. You can support us by buying our book, Mental Yoga, Transform Stress and Anxiety into Mental Strength and Success, where I talk about personal stories and how I have come up with the method and everything else. You can buy us a coffee to support us, or you can purchase a t-shirt, and the links are in the video description. I also have not just the goals process, but the entire kit put together for your knowledge and your empowerment. You can download the free goal, actually just sign in and watch and download the goals process in the free goal setting and emotional clearing kit. So it's also in the link in the video. And we do hope you will join us on one of our platforms, and we are offering you discounts for the global side and for the Indian side. The links are below, of course. And please support our channel. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you get alerted when we release new content. Once again, thank you so much for being here, spending your time with us, learning and meditating and upgrading your mindsets and your knowledge set and your awareness as well to your happiness, health, well-being, success, and everything else you wish for. May all your wishes come true, and may you be happy. Thank you very much. And we are going to end here. I will see you next time. Bye.